Now, the last statement that I bring you guys is one that I'm sure. I'm just going to say this is not an overreaction. I'd have to say a lot more than this for it to be an overreaction, and I hope that all of you agree with me on this statement that the NFL taunting rule is awful. It needs to go. It should have never been put in place, and it's one of the worst things that ever happened to football. And if you don't agree with that statement, get your head checked because I don't know what you're watching here. Get your eyes checked. Take off the blindfold. Take off the sunglasses that you wear inside the house because this rule it's abysmal. It's ruining football. We said I think it was like 11 taunting penalties last week. It was like the first and the most since like 2000, 2002 or something like that. And we're getting people getting penalized for the most ticky tack BS things you've ever seen. But then on the other hand, you got Lamar Jackson, like I said earlier, doing a front flip into the end zone, but that's totally fine. Oh, damn it. Then now you got the FLPA tweeting about this and how they hit. And they point out the great thing that there's 11 people on that NFL Rules Committee that made this rule. There's only one representative from the NFLPA that's on there. That's awful. It should at least be like 6'5", at least. I mean, or at least have like a few guys there from the NFLPA represented because this rule is so bad. I can't even put into words on how bad this is. This is ruining football. This is costing people games. You can't even. Oh my. I'm gonna burst, but I mean, heaven forbid that a player who is a professional in the greatest game in the history of the world. There's these guys, some huge, larger than life athletes, men that just have these insane testosterone levels, the adrenaline levels, the excitement, the energy is pumping. You make a big tackle, you make a big play, and cool, great. I go ahead and I celebrate with my team. Even that could be too much sometimes. But I say one thing, that the NFL at this point, I can't say anything to other team, which is stupid. But the NFL at this point, they are more worried about a player being rude to someone on the other team. They're more worried about someone being rude, saying some mean things, hurting some feelings, than they are about actual problems in the league, like this awful, like the really really bad roughing the passer rules, like the inconsistent officiating across the board, like bad PI calls, inconsistent calls, and you got the replays not doing their job. You got the replay officials not doing their job because you'll have evidence. Like Julio Jones, that was a touchdown in the back of the end zone there. But no, I guess not. We're not worried about the NFL is not worried about actual problems with the league. They're worried about people trying not to hurt the other team's feelings. Get out of here. Stop it. Hurry up and fire Roger Goodell and get his senile ass out of there and put Peyton Manning in charge. Get some real leadership. Man, I hope you guys I guess maybe not get worked is as worked up as I do because it's not good for the blood pressure now. But I hope you're genuinely outraged about this as well because you should be. This is a joke, and we shouldn't have to deal with this as fans. The players shouldn't have to deal with this. The head coaches and teams shouldn't have to deal with this. Fix it. But I guess might as well even get to my statement about what this was. My statement was that the taunting rule in the NFL is worse than the targeting rule in college. One of my other things I could totally rant about, the thing where, oh man, if you barely graze a guy in the head with part of your shoulder, your arm, maybe a little bit of your helmet on accident, you get ejected from a game and suspended for the next half of your next game. God, that's such a bad rule. And this taunting rule is somehow worse than it. And the game is now worse for having both of these. The two worst parts about football, collegiate and professional, is taunting and targeting. The two T's that can go right to hell. I hate them. I'm sick of it. But it's never going to change because the NFL doesn't care what we have to say. The NCAA and their rules committee is a bunch of dumbasses that don't know what they're doing. So, as fans, we're just left here to suffer. As players, we're just left here to suffer. Is what it is, right? Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. But let me get my heart rate down. Let me get my blood pressure down. In fact, I'm gonna even take a sip of water real quick here. As all you guys should too, because hydration is good. They're at home. Let's go ahead, take a sip of water if you got one next to you. If not, go ahead, pause this, go to the kitchen, go to the bathroom sink, go fill up a cup of water there, and come on back when we hydrate, because we're all healthy here, and we all gotta watch our blood pressure, especially when we're talking about stuff like this, and be hydrated. I mean, I guess that doesn't really do much for your blood pressure, but we're just promoting good health around here. Because I need you guys to live as long as possible and to be healthy as long as possible, so you can keep on listening to the show. I love all you guys that listen to this and then put up with my commentary here.